Tony-winning producer Jeffrey Seller is behind some of Broadway's biggest hits, like Rent, Avenue Q, In the Heights, and Hamilton. That's right. He is the only producer to have 2 Pulitzer Prize-winning musicals. In his new memoir, Theater Kid, Jeffrey gives you not only the behind the scenes of some of his biggest projects, but also the behind the scenes of his life. And here to tell us all about it is the theater kid himself, Jeffrey Seller.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really great to be here, Tony.
I am so thrilled that you are here. I loved this book. I loved Hamilton. I loved the theater. I loved In the Heights. I love you. And what I liked about this memoir is that you just don't hold back. It's very raw. It's very vulnerable. It's very honest because you recount in detail your life through the good and the bad. I remember when I wrote my memoir, they said the stuff that you are inclined to leave out, that's the stuff that people want to know about, right? And I think you did that. What made you want to write Theater Kid?
I am at many stages of my life asking this question, where am I? How did I get here?
Yeah.
And where am I going from here?
Yeah.
And for me, writing this book was an attempt to answer that question, where am I and how did I get from a little city called Oak Park, Michigan,
Yes.
in a neighborhood the kids derisively called Cardboard Village, to Hamilton,
Yes.
to the Nederlander Theater on West 41st Street.
Yeah.
And this book was like it was a catharsis.
Yeah. Wow. And you can tell when you read it. You
Yeah,
can tell you poured it in. Now, you wrote your first play, Adventureland, at just 9 years old, okay?
True.
But before you wrote that, you had your first role in a show that you say filled you with purpose for the first time, which is, I think, so important for a kid to know their purpose at that age. Tell us about that.
Doing a play, we have to work hard. Yeah. We have to show up for those rehearsals every Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
We have a singular mission, which is to make something great.
Yeah.
Because we have a responsibility to our audience.
That's right.
So we can't fool around. We can't mess around. We have to put our effort together and achieve.
And you make such great plays.
Oh, thank you. Well, it started at the Purim play in the 4th grade.
So great. Now, in the book, you write about your friendship and working relationship with the late, great Jonathan Larson.
Yes.
What was he like, and how did it feel to bring his show Rent to Broadway?
Well, Jonathan was ferocious in his mission, and he had a singular mission. You have to keep in mind, when Jonathan was writing rock musicals in the 90s that nobody wanted to produce, all we had on Broadway were Cats, Phantom, Les Mis, and Miss Saigon.
That's right. Yeah.
And we did not have a contemporary musical.
Yeah.
And Jonathan used to say, I want to write musicals for our characters, for our stories. I want to write musicals with our music. And that's what Rent was. And guess what? Do you know who got to see Rent in the balcony of the Nederlander Theater with his girlfriend when he was a senior at Hunter High School in New York? Lin-Manuel.
That's right.
And he looked at Rent and he said, oh, I can write a show about my family, my friends with our music. Yeah. And that becomes In the Heights. And then In the Heights leads to Hamilton.
You never know where that inspiration is going to come from.
And it's all sitting on Jonathan Larson's shoulders.
Wow. Well, now, you created the now famous Rush Tickets and Ticket Lottery, which allow people to see Broadway shows at discounted prices. Thank you for that, because as a kid that grew up in the projects and loved theater and has loved theater forever, we couldn't afford to see a lot of things. So what inspired you to make theater accessible to a kid like me?
Well, first it was self-interest. When I produced Rent, I was 31 years old.
Yes.
And guess what? I couldn't afford a ticket to a full-price Broadway musical.
Yeah.
So my then business partner, Kevin, and I knew we have to make sure that the very people for whom Jonathan Larson wrote Rent could afford to come see Rent.
Right.
And then the big idea was, okay, so it's $20, you stand in line, 6 o'clock, first come, first serve. But then we thought, what if we take the $20 tickets, and instead of putting them in the balcony, let's put them in the first 2 rows.
Yeah.
And that will create the wave that creates this excitement that starts in row A and goes back to the back of the of the balcony.
So cool. It's just so cool. Now, as I mentioned before, you are also the producer of a little play called Hamilton. And I learned that you suggested to Lin-Manuel that he should shorten the title from Hamilton Mixtape to just Hamilton, and that Lin wrote The Room Where It Happens on Your Front Porch. Okay, what is that just like? What is that?
You know what it is? It is the culmination of a caring, wonderful, nurturing relationship that's now been over 20 years. When I met Lin, he came into the office with a band of incredible young creators, and he was still a substitute teacher at Hunter High School.
Oh my gosh.
He was a substitute teacher with that dream.
Yeah.
And everything we've done from that moment till now has been about care, nurture, and you know what else? Fun.
Fun.
Playing Frisbee in the backyard.
Yeah, he's great. He's a friend to our show, and he's just amazing.
Yeah.
Let's turn to this. After President Trump won the 2016 election, you met with the cast and crew of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that meeting?
The day after the election in 2016, and I'm sorry we have to talk about this again now, knowing that we're right back where we started.
Yeah.
I want to really qualify that, was a gut punch. A gut punch when I have a cast and a crew of Mexican Americans, Black Americans, Latinos.
Yeah.
This is a man who has said awful things about women, awful things about Mexicans,
Yeah.
with a vice president candidate who has denied gay marriage
Yeah.
and basically inferred that we should roll back to the 1950s.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how that cast could go on stage the next day after that election. So we came together to just say, breathe, and the floor is open.
Wow.
Say something if you need to. Don't say something if you don't. And that's when one person in the wardrobe department said, I am afraid. That's when a Mexican American said, I don't feel safe. And that's when the great Anthony Ramos said, okay, now we know. And do you know what he meant? Now we know that the racism is overt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to have to fight.
Yeah. Fun fact, Anthony Ramos is my cousin.
Oh, that's an amazing
Yes,
fact.
Anthony Ramos is my cousin. Now, days after that election, then Vice President-elect Mike Pence came to see Hamilton. And after the performance, in what became a really viral moment, we even talked about it on the show, actor Brandon Victor Dixon had a message for the vice president. We have a clip of it.
Vice President-elect Pence, we welcome you and we truly thank you for joining us here at Hamilton, an American Musical. We really do. We, sir, we are the diverse America who are alarmed and anxious that your new administration will not protect us. But we truly hope that this show has inspired you to uphold our American values and to work on behalf of all of us. All of us.
That was incredible. Incredible. And something that people may not know is that it was your idea and you wrote that speech.
That is true.
Bravo. What made you want to do it?
It is conventional when a politician, a big candidate for office, a prominent person wants to procure tickets the day of the show, that we make a special arrangement for them.
Right.
Because as we all know, if someone walked to the box office on that Friday with 6 hours notice, it was less than 6 hours, it was 3 hours notice,
Wow.
there would not be a ticket.
Right.
So when he came and said, I want to come that night, I want to bring 2 daughters, I need to bring the Secret Service, I thought, and the landlord called me and said, what do you want to do? And I said, darn. I was like, what are we going to do? I was like, does that cast, will they even go on for him?
Yeah.
But I thought, yes, you must let him in. This is America.
Yeah.
And Hamilton is a manifestation of how we can disagree,
Right.
how we can fight, how we can have conflict, and how we can resolve.
And how immigrants get the job done.
You bet. Thank you. And so I was like, of course we're going to get him these tickets.
Yeah.
But he asked for special attention. So we're going to give him some special attention.
Yes. Yes.
And that felt to me like, you know what? These are not normal times.
Right.
Right? These are not normal times. We must use our platform to try to influence policy. Because you know what that is? Good politics.
Yes, and good trouble.
Thank you.
Now let's switch gears a little bit because the Hamilton cast reunited at this year's Tony Awards to
Yes.
celebrate 10 years. It was so amazing. What was it like to be part of that celebration?
Oh, like putting on your favorite jacket again.
Yeah,
Right? Eating your favorite breakfast again.
Yeah.
And getting together with your favorite cousins, you know, for that Sunday brunch. Because it was just so wonderful to be back with so many of these incredible human beings, incredible artists.
Now, what would you tell that 9-year-old self, the one who wrote their first play today?
You're going to be okay.
Thank you for joining us, Jeffrey Seller. His book, Theater Kid, is available now. It is fantastic. You can scan the QR code on the screen to buy it. Have a great day.